What's up, guys? Game Fuel Games here, and I'm back again for another drama scripted Saturday. And in the background is Roll the Chairman Presscon match 53 and 43. And let's start off with Raw. Raw started out with almost all of the main contenders for the Money in the Bank in the ring, and it basically mostly started off with Daniel Bryan, and then Chris Jericho came out, and then everybody started coming out, just giving their little 2 cents about the money in the bank, and their thoughts on it. And then everybody started screaming their own catchphrase, like Daniel Bryan had yes, yes, yes. Uh, Chris Jericho came out and started saying all of his catchphrases. He says, "Would you please shut the hell up?" And he actually did the ever again speech, which was a very good opening segment to Raw. I hope you guys enjoyed it that did see it. But on to the matches. The first match was David Otunga and Cody Rhodes and Titus O'Neil and Darren Young versus Santino Marella, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, and Christian. And hey, basically how that match ended is Titus O'Neil and Darren Young dipped on Otunga, just like how Otunga dipped on John Laurinaitis. And the only person that was left was Rhodes. And then when Otunga went for a tag, Rhodes dipped on him too, and it was like, wow, Karma really is a bitch. And Santino winded up hitting the Cobra on Otunga, and then that's how the Santino, Christian, and Kofi Kingston won in R-Truth. Other things that happened on Raw was it was gonna be Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara, but Alberto Del Rio beat the holy hell out of Sin Cara before the match started. After that, it was the Paul Heyman interview, which saying that Brock Lesnar will give his response at the 1000th episode of Raw to see if he's gonna face Triple H or not at SummerSlam, which should be the main event of SummerSlam in my personal opinion, but who knows. After that was Sheamus and AJ Lee versus Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler, and Sheamus and AJ Lee wanted to win that match. And the Legend coming back from one night match, which was Heath Slater, and the Legend he had to go against was Doink the Clown, and Heath Slater actually wound up winning fair and square. So you had to let him win once, and who else to let him beat but Doink the Clown? But after that win, Dallin Thomas Page came out and gave him the ace cutter. No, it's not the ace cutter. The arcade. No, the diamond cutter. That's what it is. He gave him the diamond cutter. Yeah. The bang was back. And other news that happened on Raw was Kane versus Big Show and a no DQ match. The match was very good for that time period, and I think Big Show wanted him winning that match. I'll have to check for later. After that, it was Lord Tensai versus Tyson Kidd, and that match only lasted 3 minutes, and Tyson Kidd won. Yeah, you didn't hear me wrong. Tyson Kidd won on Raw. July 2nd, 2012. Never forget this date that Tyson Kidd won on Raw. But then got the holy hell beat out of him backstage by Lord Tensai. But nonetheless, Tyson Kidd won on Raw. After that, the main event was John Cena and CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. Versus Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho, which was a great match. And the match ended with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan because John Cena and Chris Jericho took their brawl to the backstage area, which wasn't shown after they went up to the ramp. And so they're battling, it turns into a one-on-one singles match, and they're battling. Obviously it's a normally good match because it's CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. When have you ever seen a bad match between those two? And then AJ comes out trying to get some attention, and both wrestlers ignore the holy hell out of her, which I find funny as hell. So both wrestlers ignore the holy hell out of her. They continue wrestling. They both knock each other out both try to do a body clothesline, and both collide in the air. They both knocked out. So AJ gets a table, sets it up, climbs the top rope, and threatens to throw herself through the table. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've seen in a while. So then Daniel Bryan says goes outside the ring and he looks up at AJ and says, "No, don't do it, don't do it." Then CM Punk climbs to the turnbuckle and goes, "What are you doing?" And then AJ just makes out with CM Punk and then pushes Punk off the top turnbuckle, and he lands on Daniel Bryan and they both go through the table. And then she starts screaming, "Yes, yes, yes." That's how Raw ended. Yes, I'm just as confused as you are. But yeah, that's how Raw ended. And on to SmackDown, which SmackDown this week turned into a pay-per-view called the Great American Bash, but it was still televised and it was live this Tuesday. It wasn't on Friday. But yeah, how it started off with Great American Bash. They saw numerous superstars in the back area dancing to music and had like a barbecue. How SmackDown started, not Raw. How SmackDown started was Alberto Del Rio coming out saying that he wasn't here to celebrate the 4th of July. He was ranting and raving about how people that are here without legit papers. He was going to the fans saying, "Where are your papers? Where are your papers? Where are your papers?" It was very funny and very entertaining. He was really going in with this, and then Sheamus came to kind of stop it, and then Alberto Del Rio basically beat him up, dragged him to the hood of his Bentley, and beat him up with the hood of the car. So much badly that he actually started bleeding, but they cut the camera, so you didn't quite see that. The first match was Layla and the Great Khali versus Aksana and Antonio Scenario on a mixed tag team match. And if you're wondering where all these tag team matches are coming from, if you haven't guessed by now, if you haven't seen Raw or SmackDown, if you haven't guessed by now, the special guest general manager was Theater Long. So that explains all these tag matches. Yeah, 2 + 2 = tag match, player. Didn't you know? But yeah, moving on. The winner of that match was... wow, where is it? The winner of that match was... Layla. Yeah, Layla and the Great Khali won the match. Wow, when's the last time Khali won a match? I can't quite remember. Moving on, there was another match. There was Cody Rhodes versus Christian for a World Heavyweight title Money in the Bank qualifying match, which Cody Rhodes and Christian never put on a bad match, and Cody Rhodes ended up winning. So, yes, Cody Rhodes is in the Money in the Bank, but that was a dead giveaway match because Christian's already in the Money in the Bank match. So if Christian won, there would be nothing towards it. So, coming in this match, you already knew they were going to have him win. After that, it was Alex Riley versus Dolph Ziggler in a Money in the Bank qualifying match for the World Heavyweight title. And if I have to tell you who won that, that's kind of sad because you should already know that Dolph Ziggler won. So, yeah, the Money in the Bank match has 8 people in it. It has Tyson Kidd, Lord Tensai, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Santino Marella, Damian Sandow, and Christian, and I'm forgetting one more person for some reason. Dolph Ziggler? I said Dolph Ziggler. But yeah, it has 8 people in it. And that's probably what's going to make Money in the Bank is that match. Not the other match, but that's probably going to... what the hardcore wrestling fans, that's probably the match that everybody's gonna be watching the most. And then you had Michael Cole interviewing AJ. As that went over, it was very interesting. Brian called Michael Cole a sexist. Then CM Punk came out, says, "I'm not trying to lie to you, that you're a bit unstable and crazy." And then basically to sum that up, AJ just wound up making out with both of them. After that was another tag match with Santino Marella and Sergeant Slaughter and Sergeant Juggen versus Honcho and Kameko versus Drew McIntyre. Obviously the faces won. The winners were Slaughter, Marella, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It was basically an okay match. After that was Kurt Hawkins versus Ryback. Yeah, Kurt Hawkins on the main show, but he gets raped by Ryback. Yeah. So much for making it to the great show. And then the main event was the 20-man battle royal, which the winner of that gets to be the GM for SmackDown on the next show. And Zack Ryder ended up winning. So Zack Ryder is going to be the general manager of SmackDown for next week's show, and I'm actually kind of excited about that. Yeah, so that was SmackDown in a nutshell, and now on to Impact, which they didn't screw up. They really did it. It was actually an okay show. It started off with Bubba Ray announcing that he actually has a Twitter account, which for those who care, you can follow him on Twitter, and I'll put his Twitter in the annotation on the screen. It's at RealBully5150. Yeah, that's his Twitter. It should be, if it's as entertaining as his work on television, it should be good to watch. But the first match was Devon versus Crimson. Devon winds up winning. And then after that, Madison Rayne reveals her love, and the love was Earl Hebner. I don't get that. Anyway, Chris Sabin comes out talking about how wrestling's always been his dream, and that it sucks and it's unfair. That he tore both his ACLs, first the left one and now the right one, and now because he's in the cast and he's waiting for it to heal. It gets interrupted by Bobby Roode. And basically, Bobby Roode talks down to all the X Division people, saying how they risk their lives, their bodies, and almost get nothing up for it. And basically, he's going to make Austin Aries feel... Basically, he's going to beat Austin Aries up and make it feel the same way as Chris Sabin. Then Bobby Roode beats up Chris Sabin with attacking the injured knee. Then Austin Aries comes flying out the ring to save him, and then Bobby Roode leaves. And then an X Division tournament qualifying match was after that. It was Dark Adazzo versus Flip Castlevania, and I know why he's called Flip Castlevania, because he tried to do a 540 leg drop, and he kind of botched it up, but he just did a lot of flips during the match. I'm just gonna say that. And yeah, Flip ended up winning. After that, it was Gail Kim and Madison Rayne versus Tara and Boo. And Tara and Boo ended up winning the match. After that, there was another X Division qualifying match. It was Kennedy King versus Lars Only, and Kennedy King ended up winning. But before that, there was that whole AJ Styles, Christopher Daniel promo thing, which I still have no idea what they're going with the storyline. Basically, all AJ Styles did was deny, and all Daniels and friends just accused. I don't know how long that's gonna go on. It's almost getting very, very annoying, since the storyline is borderline stupid. Yeah, but after that, it was the Bound for the Glory series match versus James Storm and Jeff Hardy. Very, very good match. I'm gonna say this was the match of the week in my opinion, with Jeff Hardy winding up winning, because you can't have James Storm win every match. The man has 36 damn points. So if he would have won this match, he would have had 42 points, I believe, with the person under him only having 20. So you can't have him win every match. So he lost this match, and Jeff Hardy wins. Jeff Hardy picks up 7 points. It's good to see that. Then after that, Hulk Hogan comes out. He calls out Austin Aries, because Austin Aries has to vacate the X Division title, because Destination X is this Sunday. I hope you all turn in and see that. I might watch it. Who knows? I may or may not watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it for that the Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode match, because that's gonna make or break the show, because they put so much emphasis on it. So yeah, basically he talks about briefly his career in the X Division, saying how he'll miss the X Division. He hands in the world title. He hands in the X Division title, not world title. Sorry. Bobby Roode comes out, and long story short, they fight, and yeah, Austin Aries beats the crap out of Roode, and Roode goes back upstage. But yeah, that's the end of Impact. It was a very okay Impact. It didn't have any nonsense. endings as the past two Impacts had, but yeah, that was Impact. It was actually watchable. And on drama scripted news, Estrada, as you guys remember, as Umaga's manager, got his contract was up not on 3 days ago, which is weird because we didn't even know that he was signed to WWE. So that's an awesome job, to get paid by contract just to sit on your ass. I find that to be totally awesome, totally awesome. But that's pretty much it for this week on Drama Scripted Saturday. Please remember to like, comment, and always remember that there will always be a Drama Scripted Saturday. Yeah. So this is Game Field Roll Games, guys. Wrapping this up, and I'm out of here, guys. Later. Peace.